A first alert update now. A former Ripon fire chief learns his sentence for financial crimes. Timothy Saul Jr. pleaded guilty to 3 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card. He avoids jail time. Instead, he's ordered to pay a fine of about $3,000 in total. As we've reported, investigators determined Saul used the fire department's credit card for personal use over an 8-year span, racking up over $30,000 on it. Documents say Saul eventually paid off the balance and did not show any public funds or money from the fire district were used to pay off that credit card.